Gretchen, it's rolling.
Hey!
Welcome back.
In case you never left, we hope you ate and slept and peed because now Shock Talking is back.
I'm Camille.
And I'm Gretchen. And y'all, I want to show you something.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Oh, give me my pillow.
Camille usually sits on this because she thinks she's so small.
I need a pillow off my
Oh,
tushy.
look at the... I don't know if you can really see this or not. Like, there's... Like, it is... Yeah.
You believe what a bitch she is
It
to
is
me.
not-
I swear to God, she can be such a bitch.
First of all, if you even put that around your neck where it is supposed to go, there is no support. You would be flopping all over the place. And notice, if you will, I'm not putting it around my neck. Your ass has been sitting on that.
Yeah, that's my pillow. You leave my pillow alone. I'm going to put it right back where it was.
That, my friends, is the definition of a squished beanbag.
Shut up.
Remember
Look,
when
I
you were
was
a
told,
kid?
sit on the pillow because you're not as tall as her. Oh, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of sitting on that pillow. So I took that pillow out. I'm like, fuck that.
Go ahead.
I'm done. Fuck it. I'm sick of it. So I'm not sitting on the fucking pillow anymore. I'm done. Can we start over?
See this? See this?
Fuck. Just rip it apart.
I like to talk about Jesus.
I just swore.
Hey, I want y'all to notice something really pretty about Camille besides her effing mouth.
Thank you.
Look at her hairdo, y'all. I know. Look
See,
how
she's
it's
gotta be
framing
nice
her
now
face.
because she was being a crotch to me a minute
Shut up.
ago.
Listen, I predict
You're going to predict some...
I predict because of this new hairdo, you're going to get more dick pics.
Oh, well then that's working for me, right?
Because right here, y'all, look, it's laughing.
Oh, shut up.
It has a whole mind,
don't-
body, and soul of its own.
I wonder what y'all watch this podcast for, really. I really think
know.
you're kind of going, she's
Are
going
you-
to talk about something intelligent.
Do y'all have something worth saying? Probably not today.
You're just going to fuck with each other because that's all you
know.
ever really do.
Hey, retrograde left.
I know, right.
That's
Well,
why you're doing cartwheels in the
That's
air.
why my hair's straight. It's straightening out my hair. No, I'd like to know from a vote, straight or curly?
Okay.
And here's the truth. I don't do my hair as well as Michael.
Here's
shout
the
out to
truth.
Michael, my hairdresser.
Oh, I know. Michael
He's the best.
Michael is good.
Michael's the bomb. I just can't do it as well as him.
But here's the truth with Camille. Like
what's
you
the truth
could
about me?
You could send in surveys from around the world, and you know what she's going to say? Fuck! I don't really care. I'm going to do what I want. Well, right? I nailed it.
I love
Did I not?
That was good.
Fuck! I don't really care what y'all say.
Yeah, but you gotta say fuck like you mean it. Because that was kind of like, you're like saying it like a little girl. Fuck! Now say fuck. Like really be real, like legit.
Wait, but you wouldn't be mad at him. You would just be like, oh, fuck you. I don't care.
She's right. She's totally
Just
right.
ruined my hairdo on that one.
Oh, yeah.
So the royal wedding, my friend,
Oh,
is
I know, it's
coming
coming
up
up.
in less than a month. And
I gotta say something.
oh, go ahead.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm
Now,
on the edge.
If you
Where's the
study
pillow?
you threw it. You broke that.
Stinks.
Oh, shut up. Speaking of stinky.
I wish. I got issues.
Oh my God, she has issues. We will not go there. This is
a PG-13-ish rated podcast.
We have crossed over the line. We are at R and
We
X.
said the F. She said the.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I said it.
Oh yeah,
too.
I've done it.
In the first 6 minutes of the show, we said fuck 12 times.
Yeah, there you watch and you're used to it by now. No apologies. Now if you study astrology at all, the royal family has got some shit coming up.
Ooh,
Yeah.
do tell.
Well, we could have some funerals and a wedding.
Oh,
I know.
Well, you know why they're doing this wedding so soon?
Well, probably because they're a little worried, right?
Well, you know what? So Easter. What's the
baby?
prince's name that's
Oh.
married to the queen? Prince
Harry?
No, the old man. The old man. The dad. The grandpa. Y'all.
No, just a second. Oh, just a second.
What, Diana's old husband?
No.
No.
Charles's dad.
Actually, the queen's
Edward. Is it
husband.
Edward?
Might be Edward.
God,
I think it might be
y'all.
Edward. But look how bad we are. But anyway,
We don't care, but-
he's got some health issues.
Okay.
He's in his 90s. He's retired from public life.
That
but-
is why. Okay, he
Is that
did
what it
not. He did not make the Easter celebration because he was sick. So Prince Harry said he actually means a whole lot to me. When Princess Diana died, the two boys were so distraught they didn't know if they could walk that whole funeral procession.
Oh, sure.
And he said, and he took him by the hand and he looked at him and he said, I'll do it with you if you'll do it with me. And so
Love
Prince
him.
Harry is really close to his grandpa. So technically the royal wedding shouldn't be happening this soon, but because he's afraid he won't be there.
Okay. But that's what that's about. Okay. So I do feel like there's going to be some issues with that royal family happening. I do. Now, and one more thing about some trends that's happening in July. We do have potential volatility with a war. And if we're ever going to see nuclear stuff, it could happen in July. I don't think it will happen in the United States, but I don't know. And it scares the crap out of me. But there are some really dark things happening this summer. So I don't think I'm going to travel much, frankly.
Oh,
I don't want to leave the country for sure in July. So
Okay.
be careful.
Alrighty.
That's just me, though.
That was fun.
Yeah, so you want to get back to some...
Okay, so a couple things. Shock Talking is not denying or confirming that Meggers herself invited us to the royal wedding.
Oh. That's right. We are not confirming or denying.
But in case we decide to go after we flip through our schedules and see if it works out, here's a few things that I want you to know, Camille.
What should I wear?
Okay, a few do's and don'ts about
The royal wedding?
wedding as a guest. You cannot wear your cleavage.
Oh. I can't?
No, honey, you've got to be conservatively covered like me.
Oh, because that's a regular.
Yeah, right. You see my Instagram.
You know.
You can't wear white. Okay,
yeah,
we got that.
We've all seen it all on your Instagram. Let's
I know.
Thank you.
Oh, Todd's in studio today. Yo, shout out to Todd Marshall. Hey, Todd.
Hi.
Are y'all done?
Hi.
I'm still going on about my knowledge of the royal wedding. I don't know
sorry.
who the
I
grandpa's
digressed.
name is.
Yeah.
All right. You are not allowed, Camille, to high five, fist bump, elbow bump, hug, or touch any of the royals. Ever.
Or say fuck or anything, right?
Probably not.
Okay.
If they extend their hand to you, you may shake them. But have you noticed first of all, Queen Elizabeth, what is in your purse? Why do you always have a purse?
Because it's fashion.
No, y'all, like she's always got the little handbag purse.
And it matches her
And I'm
outfit
like,
perfectly.
I wonder if she has those
it.
kind of gum. See, she didn't chew gum.
Oh, she might have mints, though.
Oh, she's probably got
Or
somebody
maybe
over there
she's
like
got
scrubbing her tongue for
Or
her.
hard candy or something.
But if you notice, the princesses like Princess Kate and Princess Diana did, they always have pretend this is a clutch. Do you know why they do that? Because if they don't want to, shake someone's hand, they just hold their clutch.
Oh, that's smart, actually.
Yeah.
That's very
So Todd
non-rude.
Marshall decided to go to the wedding and he wasn't invited. Scaredy! Okay. You would not believe, since the 17th century, do you know what the royal wedding cake was?
What? Carrot? Spice?
No.
I don't know. What?
Did you know the Spice Girls were named after the original? Fruitcake. Yes.
Oh, well.
So a long time ago,
No.
fruitcake. Y'all, I am a wealth of information about shit I don't really.
What'd you read today? Did you read up today? Did you have some time to read today?
I had to do a story on that this morning for Fox.
Oh, God.
No. So fruitcake a long time ago was a symbol of prosperity and fertility.
Well, it wasn't tasty. That's for dang sure.
Right?
I don't like
Gross. So Meghan Markle, God love you. In her American traditional way, she goes, wait, what? Fruitcake?
Right.
I mean, y'all, we know what fruitcake is. There's one fruitcake that's been made 1,000 years ago, and it just keeps getting passed around. Nobody wants to eat it.
I wouldn't eat either.
The alcohol is gone. So Meghan goes, no, I'm not having fruitcake.
Good.
All those
Good for
tears.
her.
Can you
good for-
imagine
no.
how heavy that
Uh-uh.
cake is?
Oh, my gosh.
So guess what she's having?
Carrot.
And
Chocolate.
carrot.
She's having carrot cake.
No.
Oh.
In honor of Sweet Harry's favorite fruit,
What?
it's got banana in it. So you can have a spongy banana cake for their
Their wedding cake
Yes.
is banana. Really?
non. She disapproves. really. So here's the deal.
Well, if we go, I will graciously accept.
Well, you better, because that's part of the etiquette is you have to partake.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll eat banana cake.
You must RSVP. Have you done that yet?
No.
Would you please get on that?
I didn't know I had to.
You do.
Okay,
You have to
okay.
RSVP, and it is a must that you send a gift. Have you sent a gift?
No, but I thought there'd be a registry, and I haven't found
Well,
that
let's
yet.
go to Macy's afterwards and see what's available.
Let's see. Maybe some quilts or something. Maybe quilts.
Hey, what's that cheap china?
Corian.
No, that's the countertop. What's it called, Todd? The unbreakable china. Oh, y'all, you know what I'm talking about.
Well,
That's what you're getting. You're getting it with like bananas all around the outside of it.
I can't believe he likes banana cake. That's kind of cute.
It's not even banana cake. It's just that needs to be in there. That's his.
He likes bananas. Okay, so it's so he's keeping with tradition with the fruit in the cake. That's what I hear.
Like how you think.
Well, that's very respectful, and I think
But it's not. It's
is.
not a soaking heavy.
That's okay.
Brick of a cake. It's a fluff cake.
That's good.
Normal cake like we would have at a wedding.
Will you fix that hair?
Been a windy day today, y'all.
Oh wow!
It's like
Did
a
you see
bad
the wind blowing?
toupee pieces, that just won't leave.
I didn't know better.
And when men have toupee pieces like this, somehow they don't notice. The rest of us are like,
Oh my goodness!
"Hey, try and really
What
hard."
is this?
Y'all.
You got some curlies. Here, hold on. I got a pillow. Hold on.
Oh hell, I'm gonna have bad dreams. You know what's the crazy thing about that pillow?
Don't even.
No.
What?
No, I am. I have
What's wrong
traveled
with
with
my
you.
pillow?
And Camille is in a tomb of body pillows because,
pillows.
things need to be comforted.
I like to be.
I know, but why doesn't your ass have a little bit more of a cush than that thing? That's like a tortilla.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. It's been there for a while. It's an old pillow. That's why I put it on
exactly.
That's why I put it on my ass seat. And it doesn't really lift me. I mean, I think I'm about as tall as you. Looking at the camera, I'm about as you might have a half inch on me.
Who cares?
Well, I don't
Who
know.
told you? Was Todd? Did
I
Todd
think the
tell you?
camera guy. I think
Todd.
the camera guy says you need to sit on a pillow.
You know
'cause
what?
you're
He just wanted to
short.
see more cleavage.
You're just shorter than Gretchen. Did you just pass gas?
No! I was making myself. Yeah. I didn't. Trust you
I
me.
have traveled with her. I'm telling you what.
Here, this is what's happening, y'all. She's getting irreverent.
Oh, we were supposed to start over after we said fuck. That was probably
No.
not a good idea.
No. Speaking of traveling,
How do we talk about the proper English royal wedding? And look what we're talking about.
I know. Well, it's shock
Stop
talking.
I know.
friends.
I know. Okay.
Okay. So this royal wedding, her dress. Do you know that it's cost more for security at this wedding than it does anything else?
Oh, all
It's like 47. I want to say 47. It's either 1,000 or million. I can't remember, but it's
gotta be million,
It's got to be
honey.
million, but it's a huge amount because her dress is probably worth 47,000.
Jeez Louise. That's a lot of
Kmart
money.
special.
Wow. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see this.
They're predicted 5 billion people are going to tune in and watch this wedding.
Oh, of course.
We
Absolutely.
won't be needing to tune in because we'll be right there.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little podcast. Actually, you're not allowed to tweet, post, or any of that kind of stuff.
We'll do it outside the gate.
We are friends of Megan, so we will be sitting on the left side of the chapel because only the right side that's reserved for the groom and his family.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, so I have second row on Megan's side.
I'm just gonna
Meggers,
follow
as I
you.
call her.
Meggers. I'm just going to follow you.
Yeah. You also are required to wear a hat. Now, are you going to be able to do a hairdo with a hat?
I'm not really. Can I wear a visor?
Sugar.
What's wrong with a visor?
Sugar.
What's wrong with, I said the hats make me hot.
Y'all, Camille, it's
Do I
not
wear a
it's not like a beanie. Have you seen those Brititic hats?
Yeah,
they're
they're-
like a big old saucer with
How are they gonna
feathers
fit
and
us all in there?
shit coming out.
That's going to be a lot. How do you see through those things?
That's why we're on the second row.
Okay. Now, do I need to wear a dress and shit? Is it formal attire?
Camille, first of
Canada
all, you
pants.
men,
I
either
like
you're
that.
required to wear tux and tails, you're military,
Do I need to wear a dress and shit?
Do I have to wear nylons?
Oh my gosh, Camille.
I will not wear nylons. Ooh, do I have to? I may not go with you. You may have to get another friend to go. Todd, will you go?
Yeah.
You wear a dress?
Yeah.
You see what I do? You see what happens, friends? I get connections from Meggers.
And
Royal Security is coming right now. And you won't wear a dress. You know why? You don't want to cover up your titties.
No, it's not that. I think dresses remind me of church.
Well, it isn't a church.
I know. I'll just consider it's historical event or something.
Camille's like, I'll be at the reception waiting on that
PTSD
rum cake.
Wearing dresses in church. I don't know.
You're like the whore in the church, right?
I feel like a whore in church. That's what it is.
She already blamed me on that one last time. All right, just so this doesn't go viral, I am not friends with Meggers. We have not been invited. But for any of you out there that may have, I just wanted to share, we wanted to share a few tips that you may need to know. I'm pretty sure they're not registered at Bed Bath & Beyond, so don't try to shop for them there.
Probably not.
Yeah. Hollywood breakups. There's been a lot of breakups, and we're only in April.
Who?
Okay.
Give me the list.
Tatum Channing, for one.
Well, that was coming. We knew that.
Wait, why did we know that? What happened? What?
It's just time. I mean, you just kind of go, there's a shelf life on most of these relationships, right? You go, oh, that's time.
Do you know what I heard? I heard a quote, and this was actually from a therapist, that nowadays in the United States, it is almost expected to at least have 2 marriages.
Mm-hmm. That's about right. Well, same thing with careers, and it's because we have such a changeable society, and we are always evolving and changing and growing.
What is it about Hollywood? Okay, let me preface this.
Well, they get a lot of attention.
Khloe Kardashian, if you happen to be watching Shock Talking right now, Camille and I have some words of advice.
Don't take him back.
Why, y'all? You know why we're going to come at you and we're going to give you some loving advice? We are single moms. You have been, I am. You can do it without him.
You can.
You do. You know what? His presence is not going to make him a good dad.
No, don't need him. No. Mm-mm. Look, and I'll tell you what, the minute a betrayal occurs inside of a relationship, the relationship is over. Once you breach the contract, you breach your trust, the relationship's over. The rest of it's just manipulation from that point on.
Yes.
Period.
And the truth about Tristan Thompson is, let's just think about chronological order here. We're not talking one time.
No.
We're talking a series that's come out, could be more, over quite a long time.
I think there's going to be more. At what point, though, was there ever a commitment? That's what I really want to know. Was there ever a commitment?
You know what? I would think when you realize you're having a baby.
Well, I don't even know. I mean, the baby's a commitment for the baby, but is there a commitment in the relationship? That's what I'm wondering. Is when
they had talked about marriage. Yeah. I mean, she gave birth in Ohio where he was, and she flew her family out there, and blah blah blah.
But let's not make any mistake, women and men out there that are listening. Look, if a person's saying they're committed and doing something behind your back, like screwing around with someone else, that means they're not committed. They can talk all they want.
Yeah.
The actions say otherwise. You watch the actions, don't believe the words, flat out.
You know, and in fairness to both of them, you know, they are a high media couple.
Yes.
And we are not hearing from them. I haven't found an article where Khloe's actually talking. It's speculations. I can imagine the devastation. I can imagine the humiliation and the embarrassment and the disappointment of her future.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Well, it's embarrassing. And the guy you think you're going to have a future with, it just kind of blew it up for you, and you've got kids with him. Again, been there, done that.
Todd, Mr. ESPN, filming games, you have any back alley kind of scoop that you want to give about Tristan Thompson?
Oh, he's like, absolutely not.
None of this is a surprise.
Really?
Do you think, he's not Mike, so he said none of this is a surprise, but do you think Todd, I mean, the NBA players seem to have a reputation that I'm pretty sure most people that are in a professional sports arena do the same thing, but the NBA players are really known for having several women in visiting cities.
Mm-hmm.
Come on over here and
they're the most
jump
accessible,
on them.
But don't forget Tiger Woods.
True.
Don't get me going.
Don't forget it.
Very true.
You know what? I'm sorry. I mean, we could go through football. We could go through a lot. And this is the part that I'm really getting at with you, Camille, is when you decide to have a relationship with a high-profile person, man or woman, right? How do you set that up where there's not going to be failed expectations?
Well, it's got to be laid out in the foundation. This is what goes on with me. This is how I am. And it is likely going to have a breakdown. So the person that doesn't have limelight exposure, they are going to be jealous. They are going to feel like that person's sought after. And they are. That is, a lot of, like, some people that have been married to celebrities, they are celebrities. They kind of look for people inside of that world because they already understand the game.
Wow.
There are, it's a huge breakdown. And there's a real education. People don't understand who you really are. When you're in front of the camera, people fall in love with that person or an actor. They don't know them, So that's their job. But I look at Mel Gibson, who had a very successful marriage for a long time, a lot of kids. He was very Catholic, and I think that his belief system kept him faithful and good with his wife for a long time. Until he had a midlife crisis, I think.
He wasn't always faithful.
Wasn't he? No. Oh, well, I don't know. But I think people that have religious backgrounds, that have a lot of similar realities, if they can pull it together, you're shaking your hand.
Look where we live.
Well, I'm talking in the world, not just in Utah.
I know, but I'm just saying in the name of religion, I think that's a cop-out.
Well, similar belief system. So whether it's strong family ties, belief in higher power, or moral standards, things like that.
Do people really have moral standards?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You bet they do. Yeah, I've seen it. I've been behind the desk for a long time.
Oh, that's true.
I've seen good, bad, and ugly.
Here's the interesting thing about, I'm going to call her Chloe, about Chloe and Tristan is you've got two powerful people.
Yeah.
So from a point of view, Tristan,
they understand the limelight
you've got
world.
A beautiful woman
Yeah.
that's financially set. You don't have to take care of her. She's powerful on her own. I mean, could you ask for a better,
Partner.
as far as compatibility with that world? Tristan, on the other hand, in which she wasn't unfaithful to him, this is her second NBA relationship that's gone downhill.
Well, there's a nature to that beast girl. And I hate to say that, but I don't know a lot of athletes that really aren't leading with some of their body parts a lot of the time. I've seen that.
Well, and that's my point is,
I get that.
Do you feel, Todd, that athletes are just
Destined
being
to
generalized, that the
unfairly?
majority of them are this way, but maybe they're not? They just happen to be in a situation or in a media frenzy where they're caught?
Yeah, I think it's a coin. I think it's 50-50, but you never hear about the good relationships.
Not much.
It's not good news.
So 50-50, it's not salacious enough, right?
Yeah, it's just.
So 50-50 meaning that 50% of the relationships are good, 50% are bad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
And
Okay,
I'd say
well-
of those goods, there's probably a small percentage that have an arrangement, an understanding.
Right. Well, okay.
I've known those too.
We talked last time about Jackie O.
Yep.
Okay,
And she
so
knew.
that was not a good marriage by any stretch.
Well-
as far as fidelity.
Right, and we know
On his
we
end.
all know he cheated.
Right. But she, through the arrangement, stayed.
Jackie, in my opinion, had her strong character, and she knew who she was as a woman. Now, that no doubt it hurt her. But when we were looking to go to war, and the public was kind of shielded from some of that stuff going on, but the president said, "You and the kids need to go in a shelter." She said, "Oh no, if you die, I die."
Yeah.
So she was committed to her man.
Yeah.
And I think she knew her place. And she also had an understanding about this guy's got some frailties. So
I think that comes from a different era. I'm not sure there's a lot of people that would
put up with that.
put up with that.
You'd be surprised.
Let's move it in a different direction. Okay, you look at the success of relationships from The Bachelor and Bachelorette, right? Probably, less than a handful.
Well, that's why I say there's shelf life on that, right? I can't imagine
Right.
those lasting there very long. Yeah.
Right. And here's the problem, in case you're in your 20s and you watch that show and you're like, I wish I had that. Wisdom in our old age says, first of all, if I had a makeup artist poofing me up and giving me wardrobe and alcohol at any moment that I needed it and whisking me away or Camille away to Indonesia to sit on an elephant and make out with somebody, I might fall in love.
Yeah.
But y'all, you come back home and you're going to go eat at Chuckarama, and he's going to have to get out there and mow the yard and smell.
Ooh.
Are you still? How is that? That's not romantic love, right?
No.
So TV has created an image to young people that says this is what I aspire for. Then they may a guy or a girl may go out with somebody and they're like, wait a minute, you don't have all that
This isn't a picture
poof that I saw on TV.
That's right. Well, even social media is doing the same thing.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, I think that people are in this selfie, society, and I do think people do have these false expectations of how it's supposed to look. I can't tell you how many young couples come in and the women are like, I had no idea, what sex was, or golly, every day or every night. Well, sugar, I mean, let's talk about this. This is how it's going to go. I mean, there's an appetite here, and yeah, and then having a baby, or even growing older and having menopause, and there's so many cycles women go through, and I don't know if anyone's ever really fully educated. You can talk about it, but until you're really, feet in the stirrups and you're dealing with that stuff, you really don't know what you're going to go through. So
talking about riding the silver saddle.
Talking about life, given life, but I think that there's such a stark shift from this perceived what it really is to how it really is, reality.
Do you think young guys, when they get married, how much of their brain is focused on I get to have sex whenever I want it?
A lot of it.
And the young girls are thinking, I'm going to have a house and fresh new towels, and I'm going to make casseroles.
And he's going to love me and take care of me and be, protective and great and always understanding, and that doesn't happen. And then she's left kind of feeling alone, and he's with his buddies, and sex isn't romantic. It's, wham, bam, and there's no romance. And, she's kind of going, what? That is.
So what's the advice you give people that are, maybe an early young couple before they get married? I mean, what is the reality check that you need to give them?
Well, premarital counseling that I do is you need to see each other at your worst. And I have them go through and write out what their expectations are of being married. So what is it going to look like the first year? So if they haven't had sex, what is sex supposed to look like, feel like, sound like? How long is it going to last? And all these different things. And what if it hurts? And just honestly, these young couples in Utah, they haven't had a lot of experiences, the ones I've coached. But I want their expectations out. And a lot of these, they kind of look at each other and go, I didn't know that. What is a husband to you? What's a husband to me? What's a wife to me? What's a wife to you? What are the expectations of each other's role? Because that's what happens is there's a failed expectation, and then we think, oh, it's over. He doesn't love me. She doesn't love me. This isn't working. What if they get pregnant too quickly? What do we do? Have you thought these things through? But, being together 24/7 isn't always fun. Do we give up our friends? When do I see my friends? What's the money situation? Do you blend money? Of course you're going to blend finances. How does that work out? If you're going to school, one of them's working. A lot of women put men through school. That can be a strain. And then is he the man, or is he like a child to her and she's like resentful and bitter and then doesn't want to have sex? And there's so many things that happen.
There's a lot of hostage situations.
Oh my God, yeah.
But
we talk about everything.
Take it back to the celeb type relationships, because you think about it, many, many, many times you may have somebody famous, say Jennifer Aniston, breaks up, she and Justin are done.
They are done now, that's right.
And immediately you see people going to major event or going on trips because they have the money with somebody else. So again, it's kind of that bachelorette syndrome where you've got fantasy presented all in front of you. Yeah, I could eat cat food and have me a couple margaritas and I just might fall in love with Sam, Fred, whoever next to me, right?
I think the downside, the liability of having this famous relationship that goes under, though, is that to me is they're selling me on something. There's a spin there. Right. I don't think Jennifer's happy.
Well, I don't mean to.
I realize that, but I think it's a lot of these couples that kind of start, spinning it or going on a different reality. Again, stop and deal with your shit. I read an article about how they broke up on people, and I was thinking, there's something about Jennifer, and I am going to say something about her right now. It's like if I'm coaching that girl, her identity is, in my opinion, ruining her marriages. Because I think she thinks she's that. She thinks she's Jennifer Aniston, whatever, how the world sees her. She doesn't want to go out in public. She's probably got some anxiety about things, but she really has this phobia or fear, and she's high maintenance. And I think she wears these men out. You know, not like personally, but I think they're like, let's go be spontaneous. Oh, no, it's a production. I can't. And so I think that's really probably what happened with her and Justin. So he's in New York. She's in California. She's not going to leave her lifestyle there. And he loves New York. So, and they love each other. There's chemistry. There's lots of good stuff. But I don't think she's free. I think she's kind of just trapped in this identity of being this star.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what happens with these couples. And that gets in the way of true authentic expression and true authentic love is when people think they have to have this limelight, you know, constant, you know, image out there. You know, that isn't real. And then whoever you're married to is looking at you like, quit being so fake and phony. And that's causing problems. So I've had fights over that with people.
If you've ever watched Hollywood Medium with Tyler, cute boy.
Cute kid, yeah.
The thing I think is interesting about that show is when he shows up at a celeb's house and he's talking to him, you see how vulnerable they are.
Yeah.
Because whatever he's discussing
yeah.
is about something emotional that's happened to them.
Yeah.
And how many times in life do they get to really be that way?
Yeah, they're human.
But they're not really allowed the chance to be that way. So when you're talking about a couple like with Jennifer, and I don't know this because I don't know her, but I'm just saying, how much of that lifestyle, like, do you ever just turn it off? And I remember when Bruce Jenner and Chris, what's-her-bucket, were on, I mean, they were married and stuff. There was a huge part of him that just wanted to have a normal life, and can we order Domino's and what, you know, and it was a big production with everything she wanted to do.
Right.
And I think that made them go like, we are not the same. We don't have the same interests, you know, which, you know, as a counselor or therapist, when people grow apart, man, that's devastating.
Yeah, it is. Well, and then if you got kids involved, you know, the whole family system kind of breaks down. But you have to have this freedom to be yourself and freedom to speak, and there's got to be a freedom. And when there's always this production, or it's always high maintenance, or it's always they've got to, you know, I've had men fight with women. God, she's got to put her makeup on. It takes 3 hours to go to breakfast in the morning, and I'm starving already. You know, there's fights over that kind of crap.
Okay, hang on. I got an opinion about that. Because
get up earlier, Gretchen. Just saying, you're going to have, you know, men are hungry. I mean, seriously.
Go eat by yourself.
Well,
I'm really not that hungry.
That's what we kind of agreed on.
But my point is, you know something, like I always hear this from men, and I can get hate mail. I'm pretty sure it's coming.
She's used to it.
But here's the deal. So if your woman likes to look a certain way, then you need to accept that.
Oh, agreed. I'm not saying he can change your looks. I'm saying, let's go get some dinner, honey. Let's go get some breakfast. And breakfast is about 8:30. Okay, I'm not done till 11:30 to get my makeup on, honey.
No,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So in fairness to him, if he says let's go have breakfast at 8:30, get your ass up so you're ready by 8:30.
Yes.
Have
And
your
don't
sex
do
beforehand or whatever that means.
Right.
But be considerate of both.
Right.
He doesn't need to wait forever, and
she doesn't need to take forever.
Doesn't need to take, and he needs to be
accommodation.
Yeah.
Right. It takes two. But also, it's a matter of priority. The priority is being together, not looking perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what? I remember when I was dating the other Satan from a couple years ago. His whole life revolved around food.
Foodie? Like or is it like a schedule? I gotta eat. You have blood sugar issues?
No, he loved, you know, if we were on a cruise or we were on a vacation, man, for breakfast, this is what I'm gonna have. And, you know, and you're talking to somebody that food is not anywhere on my list of top 5.
It's not.
And
I've traveled with him. I lost 10 pounds though.
And I liked being with him, but you know what? I don't need to sit there for
5 meals a day.
No, for him to have a full course breakfast would be like an hour and a half.
Wow.
Right, and so for him to sit and wait on me, to me I was like, hey, I'll meet you.
I'm waiting.
Go ahead and eat your 15 omelets, and I'm gonna do whatever I do, and then I'll meet you. I'm happier that way.
Surprised he wasn't a bigger guy. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was a big deal.
I know why you wanted separate bathrooms now. Just
wasn't me this time, was it, Todd? Nope, it wasn't, friends.
Oh.
She likes to think I call her out on shit all the time. If you noticed under the table, the thing she calls me out on.
I'm working at it. I've been told No, she's
you
busting
have been told. You're like, Your friends are going, why do you take that
You're
from
taking
her?
that too much shit from Gretchen.
Oh,
like,
I'm happy for you to lay it
really?
on. I am.
I'll just dish it and then she'll understand. I just I like being laughed at though. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know what it is.
It's not.
No,
I mean,
I laugh my ass off. You can capture me. You get me. You go. You just talk like me. It's like I laugh. It's hilarious to me. I'm like, that is funny.
that is the epitome of a good friend.
That is someone who really
Because
listens to
seriously, you could tell me, you know what, you are being
great.
batshit crazy, girl.
Yeah.
You could tell me in all seriousness, and I'd be like, that's Camille talking, and Camille loves me, and I'm going to listen.
I do. I love you.
Yeah,
I do.
I would listen. If you told me, you know what, you need to stop and not get that sex change, I'm not doing it. Meghan Markle is not my friend. Neither is Chloe, and I'm not
Lord.
having a sex change. So
Okay.
it's not breaking news here on Shock Talking.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we've covered a lot,
I
Camille.
think so too.
I think we have.
We'll be talking more about the royal wedding.
You know what we're
as it
going to talk
gets
about next
closer.
time? We're going to talk about Camille and I's opinion on how our prison system is not working.
Oh my Lord.
We are doing that.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Bye.
Bye.